Mamba out.
Yes. I'm talking in the mute, so mic's not even on.
It's all good.
I love this. It's Mama Day. I love the intro. I miss him terribly.
I know you do.
Welcome to
I think everybody does, you know. Welcome back to Girl Chat Sports. Yes, it's Wednesday. Yes. Mo is back this week.
Yes.
And it is Mamba Day. We're excited for it. 824, of course, his numbers. So
yes,
it keeps it alive. Yeah.
The 24.
Can you talk a little bit about this? You sent me this. It looks like there was a new mural that was put up today.
So a new mural was unveiled for today in LA. It is the biggest mural for Kobe Bryant in the city. It's actually a City of Lights type of style mural. So it lights up too. And they're supposed to do a light presentation later on. Yes. This is like a huge deal because, Kobe's birthday was like yesterday too. So to have his birthday on the 23rd, and shout out to all the new moms. I saw on the Lakers post all the new mothers who had babies born on Kobe Bryant's day. UCLA Hospital posted all the little babies in their little new Laker swaddles and the parents showing up in Laker jerseys for Kobe Bryant's birthday, that their babies were born on Kobe Bryant's day. Shout out to you guys.
Are you serious?
Yes, it was so cute. The kids were swaddled and had a little Lakers card, and their name was one was named Stella. There was another girl that was born. That was another name. I think her name begins with an A. But they all had their names, and they had a little swaddle that was Lakers, and the parents were wearing their Lakers stuff, and they knew. They knew. We're in a time right now where you could pick the day you want your baby born on.
Right.
So August 23rd pretty much sealed the deal for those parents and soon to be
And if you are delayed, at least you got 824. So,
you got 824.
I mean,
you got Mamba Day. So yeah,
it
works for all of that. It works for all of that. Yeah. I know it's a little weird look for me, but I'm wearing my jersey backwards because I had to celebrate Bryant. I just wanted the name to be out there.
As you should.
Yeah.
So that's good. But in other mama news, like, how dope is it that Vanessa wins her battle with this LA County and gets awarded the $16 million in her lawsuit over the photos of Kobe and Gigi after their helicopter crash. A day after his birthday on 8/24. It was an 11-day trial.
That was the plan. That was the plan.
Yep. And so but Chris Chester, whose wife and daughter were also those that were killed in the helicopter crash, they were awarded $15 million as well.
I love it.
LA County is paying up $31 million for this.
As they should.
And
I saw people post on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, reading the report or seeing the report. They were like, you don't want to read the report. You don't want to read the autopsy report. You don't want to read the crash report. All of that became public information. So to read a report, to see the condition and state of bodies, if you will, so that's got to be traumatic in itself. I was like, I'm not reading that.
I couldn't imagine.
I'm not.
I read a little bit of her testimony for one of them, and I was just like, oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm not about to go there. Like, we understand lives were tragically lost. And I don't need details on conditions and all. Yeah, it's too much. And the fact that she even had to endure that just for this trial is
ridiculous.
Yeah,
it's a lot.
The fact that they disclosed pictures before she was even notified was a lot.
And some of those pictures that were taken were
not the best. No,
I couldn't even imagine. I can't even talk about it.
The fact that she didn't even know, and you're already knowing, like, man, listen, anything, God forbid, happens to me like that, I hate for my parents to be the last to know.
Right.
Like, oh, I heard through the grapevine, this, that, and the other. Like, oh, let's look on. No, that's not going to fly. And so imagine how that was for her.
I can't.
That had to be crazy.
Not only seeing your husband, but your daughter as well.
Right. That part. Word. No. No.
Yeah. That's way too much. So
Yeah.
we want to wish everybody a happy Mamba Day. Hopefully you
Yes.
enjoyed. Hopefully you sported all your purple and gold. I know, shout out to Miss Bondi. I know she had her Lakers jersey on today. I'm sure Quan's there in the studio with his Lakers gear
shout
on
out
as
to
well.
Shout out to all my Laker peoples.
Yeah.
All my Laker peeps. You got an 8 jersey. You represent.
I do.
Dana Omar,
I have it.
So you got
I
it.
do it. I mean,
Represent
purple
them,
and gold
Mama
are
Day.
good colors. They're my Husky colors. So I just can't. I'm not a Laker fan. That's
Right.
can't.
We knew that.
Yeah.
We knew that. That's why I was like, look at her clout chasing getting a jersey after the fact. She should have had one on deck anyway. Like, I own LeBron stuff without liking LeBron because I know his greatness. Stuff. Like, I own Jordan stuff because I like Jordan. I don't have to be a fan of theirs, but I like it. You know what I mean? Because it's a monumental thing that they pave the way to certain things that they do.
Right.
Kobe is one of those guys, and that's Mama. So yeah,
and that's Mama.
And we got to shout out our girl Kelsey Plum. It's her birthday today too.
Yes, the dog, purple and gold, husky dog. It's her birthday today. I'm sure she is enjoying a little celebration, even though they are mad into practice. I'm sure getting ready for these semifinals. We will definitely discuss the Aces as well as the WNBA. I know the Connecticut Sun and the
What's
Wings.
What's going on with that?
They came back from the first half. Connecticut's up by 2. It's a tough game in Dallas. Tough game in Dallas. You know what? Since we're on it, let me just talk about it because while I was watching
Let's do it.
While I was watching the Sun and the Connecticut game, they had talked. The charter flights were happening for the playoffs, right? So apparently, Connecticut, something happened to their commercial plane. I don't know why they still had a commercial plane, but they got a charter flight to come get them. Why was the charter flight fitting 14 passengers?
That's not a charter flight.
14 for a basketball team?
That's not a charter flight.
Chartered flight fit 14 people. So they literally sent the team and 3 coaches. Meanwhile, all of their practice gear, medical trainers, assistant coaches, everybody in the squad had to come on commercial. Didn't get in until Tuesday. So mind you, the Sun didn't even have practice yesterday. They had a shoot around. They didn't have their first practice with their gear until today.
And I'm predicting the Sun to win this whole series because of the record of the Wings.
But the Wings are coming out, and they got a rookie.
But I was saying that's to my point. I was predicting the Connecticut Sun. I almost made when I did our post to advertise for the show tonight. I almost put the Connecticut Sun up there, but I said no. We're down to 3. We got one more. We don't know. But because they weren't able to practice, you're telling me this is why we're in the position.
I feel like that's the reason why that
one of the factors
happening like this. I can only.
I mean, it's definitely a factor. Definitely a factor.
It's wild. It's really wild that it's come to something like this. So I don't even know. I can't even. But anyway, we'll talk about more WNBA in a second. I did want to get your take. I have the video here. I'll probably play a little bit of it. But during the UFC fight on Saturday, huge win by Leon Edwards. Usman got his first loss in the UFC.
Right.
It was like plus 360 for Edwards to win this fight.
It was boxing upsets. It was UFC upsets. It was all that. So
it was
Joshua lost his fight too. Anthony Joshua lost his fight too. Like, let's go. Whatever.
I mean, it was a lot. And so during that, Gronk and his brothers, they had the Gronk cast. So it was a simulcast watching the UFC fights while you were listening to them talk back and forth, whatever. And come to find out, Dana White's a guest on the show mid the UFC, and we get a little information.
We get some tea.
We get a lot of tea that I don't think even Dana White thought he was going to be talking about. So just here's a quick snippet of that.
I also got
I had to hear it to.
So your thoughts on the news that Dana spilled, I guess.
Well, we kind of knew that. We knew Tom Brady was looking for houses for 1. We had talked about that. For 2, I'm not surprised because Gruden and Carr live within next door neighbors, within proximity to each other. They have a love for one another. I don't know what kind of love that is. They have some type of relationship. I'm not saying in a sexual context. I'm saying that they have a relationship Could be father, son, mentor, mentee, whatever. They have a bond. And sadly, the bond couldn't be broken. We had heard rumors, multiple reports that Tom Brady wanted to come and be a Raider. I was going to forgive everything. I was going to forgive Tuck Rule. I was going to forgive anything the bucket, anything that had to do with Deflategate. I was going to forgive anything that made me hate Tom Brady to come to the Raiders because I knew he could guarantee us a Super Bowl.
Sure.
Gronk, this would have been his city. I didn't know that factor, but it's so funny how Gronk mentions it because he knows the tea of the story and wanted to bring that out.
He wanted the ratings to come up too, and now he's got his show out
and they got
there.
The views, and you had to. I mean, that's great, interesting tea, but it was kind of tea that we knew, and we were like, Tom Brady really wants to be a Raider? Like, he really wants to come here and be a Raider? And he went for the other pirate ship. He won a championship with the other pirate ship, and then after that, he was going to dump that fake pirate ship to come to the real one. So I was like, that's real? Like, that's really going to happen? But nevertheless, that would have been awesome. We probably would have got a Super Bowl out of it. It's kind of like how I feel with the Lakers, and I hated LeBron for so long. And when LeBron came to the Lakers, and I said LeBron can do no wrong because he promised us a championship and he got us one, even if it was a bubble asterisk or whatever you guys want to call it. We got us a 17th ring. He promised and he delivered. I feel like that would have been the same thing with Brady. Where we're at now as the Raider Nation, I don't know if Devontae Adams would have ever come if we had Tom Brady. And I like
you may not have been able to afford him at that point.
We probably would have never been affordable, nor would we have gotten him. But I would have loved to have seen that as an added piece, or I kind of like where we're at right now.
Yeah. Well, I know that they had talked to Mark Davis a little bit about it, and they talked to Derek Carr, and both of them were kind of like, I don't know, you should talk to them. I mean, like, what was that, 2-3 years ago? Like, come on, we're in present day now.
Like,
let's keep it going.
Let's just keep it going. I mean, that's old news. Shout out to my girl C, who lives across the street from Dana. I mean, I'm sure that probably was talk. I'm sure that was a golf course action move. I'm sure it was whatever, a poker room move. Whatever. We're here now. And we have Tay Adams, and we have Chandler Jones. I'm good.
Yes.
Let's just see what the season brings us, and
let's see what.
And we'll talk about preseason because looking at preseason, we look actually pretty nice. So, we'll talk about that too. But I'm just saying, like, why now?
It is what it is. Yeah,
it is what it is. You know,
it was a ratings thing. I think it boosted. I mean, you know, of course, media went crazy.
Usman lost, and I'm still tripping off of Anthony Joshua. That's not even the biggest. To me, that's the bigger news than what Dana.
That wasn't the biggest news. Yeah, UFC 270 got overtaken by this Tom Brady to Vegas 2 to 3 years ago story.
Tom Brady didn't even tweet on co-signing for this thing, so who knows? You know what I mean? We heard the reports he was looking for houses. We heard the reports that he was interested in the Raiders. We just didn't know if that was really going to be a true thing. And whatever.
Yeah, it is what it is. I just found it just was interesting that all of a sudden it was just, you know, one of those things.
I mean, when we start seeing as we get older in life, we're going to see many secrets come out. And this is one of them. So what do you do at this point? Hopefully we were like, well, coulda, woulda, shoulda, you know?
Right. Not to say that it's a hot topic, but it looks like the case is closed in regards to KD. He's remaining with the Nets. I don't know what must have transpired. He met with ownership of the Nets organization. He wasn't going to get the money that he wanted.
He had no choice.
He still got 4 years left on his contract. Like, come on.
Listen, you basically got the same deal that you had already. They basically said you're staying with us. That's what it is. There's no new deal. Like, you literally are taking the same deal that you already have going on in fruition because no other franchise is going to pay you that big money you're expecting with the young Tito's that are balling out there and doing amazingly. Why would you break up a team like that that's already doing really good? You're trying to break up the Heat and you're trying to break up the Memphis Grizzlies? Are you kidding me right now? These teams are both on the position of going to be championship teams with little minor factors, and you want to come in there and you feel like you listen. He'd already got an old ass person. Udonis Haslem has signed another 1-year deal with his 42-year-old butt. So they already got another older OG. They don't need you. And the fact that they weren't going to pay you what you were asking, do you feel like you felt slapped in the face? No, I knew he was going to stay in freaking Brooklyn because no one's going to pay him Brooklyn dollars when these young gunners are gunning like they are. The system's already in place. You cannot go to Boston. You can't go to Milwaukee. You can't go to Philly, because they were talking about Philly too. And James Harden, by the way, took a pay cut just to stay in Philly to make the team be better. So you're asking for all this money. You want to come over there and play with James Harden too? Like, that's not gonna work. This is drama. No, you stay right where you are with Kyrie, and y'all make
and
that.
then
He
just looks even crazier.
Gone. You wanted Steve Nash gone. You wanted the GM gone. And listen, they're still staying.
And
there.
Now you're playing for him again.
Yeah. So basically, you're in the same position you were in before. Stop it.
Extra.
So done.
Read all about it.
So done.
Yeah, so at least we could put that to rest for the season. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot.
Summer solstice is taking over, and they're being ridiculous right now. Like, you're asking, like.
You know, I love these great NIL deals that be happening, and these college athletes with the names and likenesses. This one I thought was hilarious, but also great. So Hooters has signed 51 offensive linemen. So there's about 10 schools, and they're signing the entire line. Not just, they didn't want individuals, they wanted the entire line signed. So there's like 4 or 5 from the SEC, but basically they're going to be promoting, you know, that Hooters is a great tailgating spot. Of course,
hey, wings and shrimp. I'm all about it.
I mean, I love
Hooters.
Listen, that was one of our college spots when we were in college to go for wings.
We got to be college. That thing is a regular. Shoot, you got me for a hankering of that shrimp with that sauce on it. Like, I'm ready with the butter sauce.
So shout out to Hooters that they performed a great NIL deal there. And plus, you don't ever see a lot of offensive linemen getting the NIL deals. It's the running backs, the quarterbacks, the receivers, or some of the women in basketball, whatever the case may be. But they aren't getting those. They're not targeted the same, I guess you would say, as some of the other athletes out there.
Hey, more wings and things and shrimps and things. That shrimp and wing popping too. Like, I'm not mad at it. I think that's great.
Yeah, it is good. So there wasn't, I just want everybody to realize there wasn't a lot going on in the athletic Jugadores Locos world.
Yeah, I couldn't think of anything.
I tried. I mean, I know we've been kind of off the topic for a couple weeks, but I did find something which is almost ridiculous. So there's a punter, Josh Haynes, who used to play for Troy University football. He since left in 2020. He played for Jackson State in 2021 as their starting punter.
It had to be HBCU where you have to dig deep in the crates.
Listen. So apparently Josh Haynes is being filed a lawsuit. I'm sorry, Josh Haynes is the person who filed the lawsuit. The person in the picture, his ex-teammate, is punter Jack Dawson. So Josh Haynes filed a lawsuit against Jack Dawson for discrimination as well as sexually assaulting him with a pool cue.
Wow.
A pool cue.
Wow.
Apparently there was a few instances, but one in particular, he was assaulted with a pool cue. Apparently some of the things that were happening were because he was getting bullied because of the perception that he was gay. There was no word on if he was or not, not that makes any difference. But then there was also 3 coaches, 2 in special teams, 1 the director of player development at Troy University, who saw all this and didn't stop it.
Wow.
So this lawsuit's been filed. Jack Dawson was arrested and later out on bail. He has court on the 5th. He's facing 3 charges of alleged incidents. And yeah, I'm not sure he's going to be the starting punter anymore.
So let's be clear. Troy University is in Alabama. It's one of 4 campuses. They have multi-campuses, just so you guys know. This pool cue incident sounds a little reminiscent to the movie In Too Deep. I feel like they watched the LL Cool J scene a little too much to emulate something like that. And this is very awful and
terrible
and heinous and kind of disgusting, you know. For somebody to go through something like that. And we take such things so seriously. Like, that's not cool. So,
especially when with your team and supposed to be your peers. Like,
like, it's just,
it's unfortunate. So
it is unfortunate.
It is unfortunate. Hopefully, the trial and the verdict, you know, are in favor of the incident. Should it have been, you know, true? But I don't see why anyone comes out 2 years later.
I mean, pool cue thing can happen. Like we saw it in a
Right.
movie. Like I'm saying, that art imitates life. Like that stuff's
Then that
not something
sounds
that can't be.
sounds like a hate crime.
It
Listen.
does. Like low
Yeah,
key.
the lawsuit included like discussing Title IX issues and all the other things. So it was
Wow, they got a whole bag of issues. Sounds like.
yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get into our Las Vegas sports, our aces going to the semifinals.
Yes.
Oh man.
Congratulations to that. First of all,
Yeah.
I didn't know it was a best of 3. I knew they had changed the format, and for some odd reason, I wasn't actively listening. But I thought we would have gone 5, 5, 7 on the last.
No.
But it's 3, 5, and 5. So okay, cool.
Yeah.
I knew the Mercury were going to get dusted. Shout out to Miss Bondi who's tapped in, joined the chat.
Yeah, definitely.
I told her that they're going to sweep, and that's when I made that Saturday game decision. And it's
Yeah.
like, oh, am I going to go to the Aces game? I'm going to see the lights.
Well, especially having
I know what this outcome is going to look like.
Right.
You know, with no
and
Diana
losing all their
Taurasi.
players. I mean, they've been losing their players.
Come
It
on,
just wasn't happening. It was a
wasn't a point
blowout.
for
They
me
got
to see.
117 to 80. I mean, we
Exactly.
broke a crazy
I
amount
knew it
of
was gonna be a
records for
blowout. I was like, it's
threes
no
and
point in
stuff.
me
It was a
going
lot.
to. It's no point for me to go when I can get
But-
another opportunity to see something else, just because I
wanted
knew
to
we were done.
Yeah, I wanted
I
to
knew they were
show
done.
this video of Coach Hammond because Natalie sent it to me. She was sitting in a different seat during the game Saturday.
Oh,
But this
okay.
is how intense Coach Hammond is. Even when they're up by 10, 15 points, she's not satisfied. So I wanted to just let everybody see this one.
Well, she gets that from her pop bitch.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
That's good. Yeah.
That's a total pop move. But the thing of it is when you have a blowout like that, I appreciate the fact that she implemented her bench, which I've been expressing she needs to do more of. Because as we go down the stretch in this whole series thing, she needs to implement her bench.
And it was great for them to have time to play in a playoff game too.
Well, they need to do it regularly. Like she needs to make this system happen. Because I honestly thought the Washington Mystics were going to take out the Storm. That did not happen because the Storm because the Mystics always have our number. They watch tape. Right. They analyze our players.
I was hoping for the Storm. Yeah.
The Storm, you were hoping for the Storm. But I'm not going to count the Storm out either.
Oh, no,
You've got
of course
Sue Bird on the close of retirement. Playoff Storm is different from regular season Storm.
And we know the Seattle Storm fans, all Seattle teams fans travel. The arena on Sunday is going to be like at least a third Storm fans in there.
Check this out. They are going to be a totally different caliber team than what we saw in regular season. Sue Bird's last season, it would be a great narrative for her to go out with a championship win. They're not going to cut any shorts. If she needs to bring that type of intensity to her coaching as far as delivering messages to them, I'm all for it. But she also needs to utilize her bench on trick plays. I don't care what she's talking about with the starters. We know what the starters can do. Let's see what that bench can do. Because when they're hot off the bench, they're shooting threes. They're effectively adding defense. They're doing everything. If they get into foul trouble, so what? Let them foul and D up and tee up and do whatever they got to do. But you need to protect at least your starters. And by doing that, you need to have your bench in. Simple.
Yeah. She does a decent job of rotating for the most part, but there's about 3 or 4 that we don't see.
I want to see it. I need to see it. This is a best of 5 series.
Well, and here's the deal, like we saw in the Sky Liberty game 3. Liberty were down a lot. They had come back within 4 with like the first minute or 2 of fourth quarter. They were on an 8-0 run, but the Sky are defending champions. They have veteran players on there that have won championship. Candace Parker's won championship.
And we have not.
And the Storm have 4 in their pocket, and they're going to have a different kind of mentality.
It is. Absolutely right. That's what I said. Regular season Storm is different from playoff season Storm. Yeah. You got veterans that know how to play elite levels. So
and to be honest, we still struggled against the Mercury with all those players out at times. I mean, granted, the last game was a blowout, but that first game was a little bit of a struggle.
That was a struggle because she didn't utilize her bench. Like, I need her to just play that in different positions. No, De'Erica Hamby does make a factor to it. in that situation, but the fact that we
Definitely.
probably will need her this series
Kia
is going to be a
Stokes
huge
has
fix.
stepped up. I mean,
Yeah.
the ladies have stepped up in their roles, and so we do want to see more of them. But again, she knows what
We need
she has
De'Erica. Is she coming back this week or no?
I don't think so. I think she's
See,
still.
and that's
I don't know.
tough,
There
right?
hasn't been updated injured because the game's not till Sunday, so they haven't updated that
Right.
injured
But
list yet.
we need that type of action. We need that type
Danetta
of
said,
action.
she said, the store make me nervous. Yeah, because you don't.
Yeah, they
listen,
make me nervous.
We've won the series
Hello?
with them in the regular season, but
Yeah, it's a totally different caliber team.
4-time champs.
I didn't want either one of them. I told you that. I said I don't want either one of them. I mean, if I had my rathers, maybe this, I don't want either one of them. But this is where we are.
Yeah,
but here we are. And so we'll see Sunday. It's going to be an awesome game. Shout out to the 9,800 fans you said that showed up.
So yeah, I got a quick little video of that one.
Please,
I mean, I thought they literally sounded louder than when it was the 10,000 fan that we saw about a week and a half ago. So
nice.
Fans just need to keep showing out, keep coming. But this was a great scene. Like even that side that usually doesn't have hardly anybody. I mean, it was busy.
They had somebody. Yeah, that's good.
And getting all those towels going, like it's just listen, it's a great look. It's going to be energetic. It's going to be full. It's going to be.
No, I like that. Like I want to see that type of action. Like that's what we need.
So games are Sunday. Oh no, huh? It's not gonna be, and it's gonna go like here's the deal. We got Sunday and Wednesday. So Sunday at 1:00, Wednesday the 31st at 7, and then it goes to Seattle for 2 games, which would be the following Saturday, and then the following Sunday, and then Tuesday, and then if a game 5 is needed, it would come back to Vegas on the 8th of September. So. It feels like they're kind of dragging out the semifinal. I mean, that's like a 2.5 week span for 5 games, but
it is. It is. And I think we're going to see Sue Bird back on our court, but here we are. Like I said, the narrative plays so many different factors in this, and I originally predicted I have the Aces in 3 in the semifinals against the Storm. I'm going to hold. Jeez. I'm going to hold true to that. That
they're going to win the first 3?
Yeah, I got them in 3.
Okay.
That's a 5. I mean, if they win,
I'm gonna say 4. I'll say like a 3-1. I think no matter what happens here, I think Seattle can go home and get one, just because it might actually finally be Sue Bird's final game. But
possibly. But we beat them in our own house on the offensive season when it was a regular season last game.
For sure.
Why shouldn't it be any different? Like but it
because
it's
the playoffs.
It can be. And honestly, not for nothing. If you want this WNBA franchise to grow and you want sponsorship and you want viewership, you want to make it a long series. You don't want it to be a sweep. Sure. So I can agree with you and get on board with that.
I don't want a 5. I don't know.
Deals.
I can't say I want a 5. I don't want full 5 games. Like
I don't either. I want to close out 4, but I want at least a deal where the broadcasting
sweep would be dope. A sweep would be cool though.
Hey, listen,
that would be like a real nod to what the Aces have and what they're working with.
And honestly, looking on them on paper, they have that. Yeah, it's a matter of them doing it. So and executing it. So they have it. So, trust me.
If you want tickets, you can go to the Aces the Aces website. They're selling tickets still as low as $10, people. So get out there, get on it. Get tickets. If we hear anything about any deals for the semis, of course, we're going to post it in our Girl Chat Sports group. So make sure if you are on Facebook, go like the Girl Chat Sports page and get invited to our Girl Chat Sports Facebook group. So again, and happy birthday to Kelsey Plum again. So while I was at the Aces game, you went to the Lights game because you knew it was going to be a blowout, like you said.
I knew.
So talk to me about these Lights, because it seemed like it was an intense match and a win.
I'll tell you something. I didn't realize that had the season been over, or regular season already for the Lights, they would be in playoff contention.
Yeah.
These young gunners in the Lights squad are the absolute truth. This is probably the best play action of a Lights game I've seen in a very long time. Wow. Shout out to my boy TKO. but we got a new
Yeah.
gunner in the goalie pen that ain't taking no shorts, who is at the absolute as far as everything going on out in the field. And it's so funny because the energy, I thought, okay, not a lot of people at this game. What's going on? It's hot out. La
Yeah.
Forza, shout out
Late
to you guys,
summer.
keeping that same
Yeah.
energy. But these guys, it's so funny because they got a whole new light board. They got a whole new light board. Didn't tell me which team was playing. Got a whole new light board. I was like, oh, they're playing Sacramento FC. I didn't even know who they were playing. Got a whole new light board. But these guys are running on all full cylinders, not getting tired. There's not many water breaks. These young guys are really stepping up. There were multiple mini fights. Lots of yellow cards thrown on. Yeah. Hey, listen.
Wow.
These white kids,
Okay, get in
they
there.
some thugs. Honey, they ain't with none of that stuff.
The young Tito's is going
these
at
young
it.
Tito's, they don't care. Like we're playing to win. Like they don't care. And so even with the yellow cards thrown and that kind of thing, they both equally teams had yellow cards thrown, but it was just because of the fact of the intensity of the game. But shout out to our goalie. Like I'm trying to think of his name. What is it?
Abraham
Rodriguez, right?
Romero.
I knew it was an AR. Yeah. Shout out to him.
He put in work.
That kid, he put in work. Not only did they get a goal off of him from catching, from having a save.
I saw it, and you had great footage.
It out, and they were able to score off of him. I've never seen a shout out to TKO though. TKO, we wouldn't be. Honestly, we love you.
He's living his best life in Colorado.
We love you.
Yeah.
But this guy here is on a
This is the sheriff. This could be the sheriff of Cashman.
This is a new sheriff. Like there's a new sheriff in town, soon to be mayor, and he is not about that life of saying passive play.
I love it.
We are playing to win. And, shout out to the Lights for being as innovative as they are. They have a cheer squad now.
Wait, what?
Yes, they have a cheer squad now.
Were there any llamas present?
No, I didn't get there early enough to see the llamas. I ran a little late, but they do have a dance squad in the front of the crowd. I can't believe they have a dance team. Co-ed cheer squad. Shout out to them.
Okay.
No pools though. It's hot enough.
Oh, the pools are gone. Are there still like cars or trucks that can park on the pitch and watch the game?
Yeah, and there were kids on the pitch and all of that, which is cool. But Cash was there. Cash's costume looked good. It was clean. It was nice. He was dancing his butt off with the dance team. They have a whole shout out to Bojo. Bojo's still a super announcer out there. Great sound, great music, great energy. Like I said, no electric company, and I didn't know that. Llama Dude was there with shout out to Llama Dude.
We need to talk to Llama Dude and see
we do need to talk to Llama Dude what's going on, because Llama Dude
we need the juice.
You? And he took a picture of me hanging out by the goalpost. I said, yeah, that's me. Where were you? He was like, oh, I was sitting in the stands watching the game. I'm still a Lights fan. I said, wait a minute, Llama Dude.
What?
No electric
What did we miss? How did we miss this?
You're just sitting there being a spectator. What is going on? So we need to get him on. Yeah, see what's going on.
We need to discuss.
But La Forza was there. The music was playing. They still were doing their thing. These players, they're about it, and I'm with it. Like they really were doing their thing. And like I said, to the point I was getting back to about the innovation of the Lights, they had a halftime show and shout out to the newly American citizens that got naturalized on the field. 700 people came to receive citizenship to the American, to the United States of America, which was amazing. Shout out to Representative Susie Lee, who was there. Shout out to everyone that participated in that process and to see America come together to make that happen.
They said there was representation from over 84 countries.
84 countries. That's all wild. Shades. It was very interesting. It was very.
I had caught a glimpse of it through Llama Dude's story on Instagram. He had put something there. I was like, and oh my god, I had some video too. I was going to send you too, and it was absolutely amazing. It gave you chills to see them all just continuously walking, holding their little American flags, taking the oath of the United States. Getting that test ain't nothing. That test ain't nothing.
Hey, brush up on your U.S. history, because I don't know if I can pass that. Like, I don't know about this Clark County school system. We always talk about it, but listen. But they did that, and they were dressed appropriately for it. And like I said, Representative Susie Lee was there. It was just a great thing to see. And to end the game with the fireworks ceremony, just catapulted that even more.
And I
especially
got
with a
a quick little video for that too, because I
Yes.
mean, that's pretty dope to even have the fireworks, because of course they're celebrating. That's a big thing in America, in the
Right.
U.S. is
Right.
fireworks
That
and
you want to become a
celebrations.
U.S. citizen. Yeah, absolutely.
Yes, good deal
Yeah,
for light.
amazing. I mean, it was just so great.
Well, and like you
And
said, the lights. Oh, go ahead. They're good for
Go ahead.
having a special party.
Oh, they are. They are. I mean, and the after party is no longer. Remember, we were in that VIP room before you go to the movie room.
No more after
No,
parties.
no, there's still after parties.
Oh,
It's on the
okay.
field now. They take the party to the field. So the DJ, they have a DJ booth on the field now. They have, like I said, they have the dance team, DJ booth, and the party. The after party is everyone come on the field.
Okay.
I was so glad
You're
to be at a
telling me I
lights
gotta
match.
get back out. I gotta get
You
back out there.
You do. And I mean, the deals and the specials. They got $100 4-pack ticket with some pizzas now, I think, going on with the lights right now.
5 large pizzas, 20 tickets for $100.
Come on, everybody, show up.
Like, that's your whole group. Like, just grab a bunch of friends.
Pizza party all day. Like, come on and watch these lights. And I'm telling you, the lights, these young players are with that action. I mean, they made the game very exciting. It was not boring. And the turnout is still real. You still had a good 6,000 or 7,000 fans out there.
I believe it.
Like, you still get that light action, like, for real.
And so this Saturday, they've got the Doggy Olympics. So if you have a dog that you want to put in the contest, you can go to lightssc.com/Doggy Olympics. All friendly and leash dogs are welcome. Halftime is the Doggy Olympics. If you are an American First Credit Union member, you can get free tickets to the match. All you got to do is show your card at the box office.
I have my card.
Damn!
Shout out to my dad and me. We're both American. I got American First from my dad years ago. I still have my credit card.
There you go.
Yes.
And yeah, so even though there are still there's still 2 months left in this season, they are currently within playoff structure. So the top 5 teams, and we're in there. So it's pretty dope. It's pretty. Yeah.
Let me tell you, them kids is with that action.
I love it.
And AR is with that action, being a goalkeeper. He is that dude. The fact that, shout out to him, because I was like, what is his name? Because he reached out wanting the footage, because I mean, his intensity and his, his whole thing.
And the video he had was great. That was a great video.
And that was a good reactionary shot to him. He had better reactionaries. Like, there was some that I missed because I was like talking. I ran into a former colleague that worked with me years ago, who's now with Metro, talking to her and catching up with her. But she was even like, wow, I'm working overtime and I didn't realize the lights are like this. I didn't realize that this is a thing. Like, it's
major.
Real. And I'm like, it's major, girl. It's major.
And let there not be, aces or other games. I mean, there's been concerts. I mean, everything's kind of taking away, but those light fans stick to their team.
They are there. They are there. And the presence is there. And it's a good presence and it's good energy. And I just suggest everybody, before the summer's out, please check out these lights before the season's over.
You got to. You got 2 more months.
You have to.
What's up to Dre Day? We appreciate you tuning in.
Dre Day?
I know.
We want Dre Day to join in on us.
We got to. We got to get on that.
We have to get him on. He just got to work, huh? Yes.
I know his girl Candace got in the semis.
That's
I know
his girl.
He's happy.
Yeah, he didn't do too well on the. You didn't tell everybody the outcome of the fantasy. You might as well go ahead and flex.
My fantasy WNBA team went great for me. I won it, so I am pretty happy about that. I can't remember where. Oh, there it is. It was ESPN. I was looking at my phone like, it's not my window. ESPN. So the WNBA went great. I had a good time. I can't even get into it right now, but I won.
Okay. Congrats to you. Thanks. Congrats to you knowing your issue.
We're definitely gonna listen. Here's the deal with the injuries, the players that were getting dropped. I mean, you had to really be on your stuff to get these players, because people were there was hardly nobody left towards the end of the season to sub or put in on the waiver wire. So
I get it.
It worked.
Good.
There will be a new one for next year, so stay tuned.
I'll play in the one next year. I don't know. Look, the fantasy thing is so much.
Here you go.
I know, but it's too much.
It's fantasy football's coming too.
I know. I'm gonna join the girls' league for you, but this is girls' league, guys' league, Nordy league, and then I got basketball right around the corner. So you have to understand.
I can't do basketball. It's like literally too much.
So I have to sacrifice something to give me a break. So I'm rolling the basketball. So I'm managing 4 fantasy leagues this season. I'm managing 4. Just so you know. I
get it.
I need no more invites. I love everybody for wanting me to join. Shout out to KT. I appreciate you reaching out, asking.
Shout out to Sports Life Talk. Yeah.
It's not gonna happen. It's not realistic.
Sorry.
You want me to sit on the goose head?
I just wanted to show a funny video because, here's the deal. In 1 week and 1 day away, we are officially into the first week of NFL football.
Oh, wow. Let's do it.
Shout out to BS, our boy Brandon Scott. He sent me I don't know if I sent it to you, a video. But I went through the guy's videos because he's really hilarious in his videos that he does about the NFL.
Nice.
This happened to be one about quarterbacks.
Since we all got together like this. I know. I can't believe week 1's almost here. Broncos country. Let's ride. Broncos country. Let's ride. Broncos country. Let's ride.
Is he okay?
No, he's been doing that for the last 3 months. He's starting to scare me. Starting? Hey, look who's back from his little leave of absence.
Dad, did you win the Masked Singer?
I wasn't on the Masked Singer. Oh, so Giselle just finally gave your balls back? Aaron, some of us actually like spending time with our family or, having a family in general. Yeah, but you don't. I know. Does anyone know how to fix a parental lock on a PS5? Forget the PS5. You could just hit up Hollywood Brown and play real-life GTA together. Oh, yeah, Lamar, are you going to miss him as your number 1 receiver? Nah, I don't like throwing that much anyway. Yeah, well, that's why the Ravens won't pay you. Fuck off. Don't listen to him. He's still mad that we stole Devontae. I'm still going to win MVP again. Oh, yeah? Throwing to who? Alan Lazard and preseason Jerry Rice? Who? Romeo Dobbs. Thought it was pronounced Dubes. Yeah, so did I. Broncos country. Let's ride.
I love it. I love it.
The guy is hilarious.
He is.
I'll post some more of his stuff into our group because he had one about the NFC West or the NFC South today, which was hilarious. He does them all about different football topics we're talking about. They're hilarious. So
I gotta send you the one with the TikTok of the NFL therapy group where they're ready for the season starting.
You sent me one of those before. I haven't seen the new one for this.
They've got new ones. They've got new ones.
Gosh.
They're ready.
Those
for
are
the
hilarious.
Season.
Those are hilarious. Shout out to Quan talking smack already in the group chat. Just
tell Quan
his need for mangoes lives on.
Yeah, he needs those mangoes. It's Kobe Day.
He's having mango withdrawals.
I also did want
to. I know my Costco bill already large enough. Shoot.
Yeah, you can't be spending $200 at Costco and get nothing. First of all,
I mean, I get stuff. It's just
you got stuff that wasn't even on your list. You went off script.
Well, yeah, because there was things that were on sale that I'm gonna need that the sale's gonna be off before I need it. But let me just get it now. That way I'm not having to pay the full price later. So it's just, it's a give or take. But good news is for those crab lovers like myself, the Dungeness crab has gone down from $17.99 to $14.99 a pound.
I own no mallet to break those things open.
You don't need a mallet.
I own no sledgehammer.
You just need the little clippers. And then you only need it for the cloth. You don't need it for any of the other listen.
I'm trying to break bodies. I don't have a sledgehammer at home. I don't have a doggone mallet.
We can have a crab cracking 101 group, okay? And we can just teach you the basics.
I'm just going to suggest that you throw a crab cracking party. I'll give you money. And you just lay out a spread at your place and we'll come through.
Just go for it.
Give us a tutorial.
Hey, listen.
Let's go to town.
It's going to happen. We'll make that happen. I did want to give one shout out to Shaquem Griffin, who I have his jersey. I've loved him. He retired after 4 seasons. Of course, he was the first kind of player drafted. Yeah, you gave me his pin too. I do have that on my jacket somewhere, I believe. So he had made an announcement in the Players Tribune. I love the Players Tribune because they always give straight from the athletes, and their opinions. But he accepted an offer with from Roger Goodell to become part of the NFL Legends community. So here's he 4 years in the game, and he's now teaming up with the NFL legends that have been there for years and whatnot. But he's excited. We're all excited. Seahawks fans were excited to hear the news because he basically said,
in this picture,
"Isn't it cute?"
Mm-hmm.
Funny story too. Mom's jersey's Tyler Lockett. My mom's profile picture on my phone has been Russell Wilson for years. I mean, what,
Okay.
8-10 years?
As long as it's
So
been
this
there.
year I was looking at it and I was like, I looked at it this weekend. I was like, Mom, I got to change your profile picture. It's Russell Wilson. She was, oh, no. So here's me. I'm like, well, what do you want, Mom? Who do you want? Tyler. I go, okay. So I pick a picture of Tyler. I send it to her. I was like, how's this one? Is there one where his face isn't like that? Because he was making some aggressive, like, so cut to me having to send 5 pictures of Tyler over to her. And she was like, I don't know. I'm going to have to think about it.
Nice.
I just picked one for her.
Well, let her make her decision on what she thinks she wants.
Well, because then she was like, well, maybe that first one, but I don't, well, whatever. I'm looking at it. You're not. So there you go. But I had to update her profile, her contact picture.
That's cute. That's cute.
I know for my team, we are still undecided on who the quarterback one is going to be. So we know that Drew Lock had COVID last week. He's now fine, back to practicing, but they already announced Geno being the quarterback, starting quarterback for the preseason game on Friday versus the Cowboys. Okay. They said Drew Lock is going to get a lot of playing time, but that Geno is starting. And at this point today, they showed video of Pete Carroll taking snaps, and it was kind of like, we'll just throw Pete in. Like, his 70-year-old butt can do just as much as Geno can at this point. Because
I mean, at this point, might as well. It's not like you're getting rid of him.
He knows the plays, so just
what do you have to lose?
But
you guys aren't having a rougher preseason than the Cowboys. I'll say that.
I mean, here's the deal, but we're not playing. I mean, DK I think played 2 snaps in one game. They're not playing a couple of the wide receivers. They're not playing a couple of the cornerbacks. One of our running backs has been injured, but we'll be ready for the season start. Our rookie. It's just I can't give anything until I see a game. And if unfortunately game 1 is
prepare to go to fade to black.
I'm gonna stay
And speaking
out
of which, let's talk about the setup with Deshaun Watson. So you suspend him these 11 games after a judge said 3. The judge's ruling wasn't enough. So why go through that process and you want to give him 11 games? I get it. Fine.
Why appeal it? Why even
why appeal it? Why go through all that? You gave him 11 games. But the funny thing is, you set him up to play the Texans on his return. This is what we're doing. You know what? Why would they not? Shenanigans on the whole thing. It's shenanigans. I have to call shenanigans.
Goodell conspiracy theories. Listen,
I call shenanigans on the whole thing. Like, this is just so ridiculous that we're setting it up for a Texans game. Okay.
All right. And the other funny thing, I can't remember who posted this in the group, but I found this to be hilarious, is that when Baker Mayfield got traded to the Panthers, the Browns still owe him money. They're paying him over almost $500,000 just to play against them and try and beat them.
Can I tell you, this is the only way Baker Mayfield's winning at this point? This is the only sight of him winning something.
I mean, he's QB1.
Okay.
I mean, that's something, I guess.
I mean, he's still winning, getting paychecks, so it's cool.
I don't know. Yeah. But your Raiders, they released Kenyon Drake. They got rid of backup quarterback Nick Mullins.
Well, they didn't get rid of Nick Mullins. That wasn't working.
They had to make some space.
I hate that we had to make space. Yeah. I hate that Kenyon Drake is gone, though. But Kenyon Drake is on the other side, and that's one of those things. It's either going to be you cut him or you make him a 1-year deal. You don't need to necessarily do that for the line that we have going on right now. Mm-hmm. Looking at preseason game, they got a running back with the last name of Brown who is going to town. And the fact that we didn't know what the situation was with Josh Jacobs, if he was going to stay or not, because the first preseason game was definitely a make it or break it game for him. I still think they say it wasn't, but I don't care. You're not playing Josh Jacobs in a first week preseason game without testing some waters. You're feeling something, some type of way. But they decided to keep him. And like I said, we'll see what our season goes. We play those Patriots on Friday, and this is a reunion.
The Patriots have been here all week practicing with them.
They have, and okay. Here's my grind gears moment for the Raiders. Don't invite me to a training camp and you cancel the training camp.
That was terrible. That was so
I had
bad.
weeks set up, days set up, people set up for the training camp, seated set up for the training camp, and there was no training camp open for the public. They had a training camp. Shout out to Mike Dixon for the picks. But it was a closed training camp. It wasn't for the public. They don't offer any vouchers for a reschedule. It'd be nice. I'm just putting it out there. It'd be nice. But they did say on the tickets that training camps are
Right.
subject to schedule changes, closures, that kind of thing.
I wonder what's
whatever.
happening for them to require now a closed training camp for that day.
Well, I think because of last week, which when we were supposed to go, was basically because of the fact that they were traveling to Miami to play that Miami game on a Saturday game. Could possibly be that, and that's fine. It's cool, but it would have been nice to be there, experience it.
They need the outside influence of the fans. Yeah, jersey, something.
Yeah, something. But hopefully, I'll be able to experience something later down the ride. It's all good.
Oh, good.
We play the Pats on Friday. I feel like we have the Pats. It's a nice reunion for Josh McDaniels, for Jarrett Stidham, to see their old teammates and whatever. We know what Josh McDaniels is going to do. We know what Jarrett Stidham is going to do, and I think he's going to be the highlight of this game. So you're probably not going to see too many stars. Tickets are still very cheap. You still get tickets for $80, you guys.
Oh,
even in a lower bowl. That's not even the 300.
Okay.
You can get 200 seats for $80, $70. The tickets it's not a sold out game. Represent Raider Nation. This is the time you can come and see the stadium at least, get a tour.
Get in there, show support.
Yeah.
So there's a bunch of Major League Baseball stuff that was happening. We're kind of getting low on time. I'll kind of just breeze through it. So of course your Dodgers gave an extension or signed to Max Muncy.
Yeah.
$13 million deal.
Yeah, we need Max. Mad Max is good. But we lost some people.
Yeah.
We lost some people.
This guy, Nate Fisher right here. Interesting enough, he was a banker in Omaha in June 2021. He made his way up through the Mets farm system and organization, through a scoreless 3 innings on Sunday's game. And then literally after the story comes out and everybody's like, oh, wow, what a touching story. Like this guy was just doing this. Now he's pitching in a Major League Baseball game. They cut him the next day.
Well, yeah, he's a banker, so it's not going to work in the Yankees. It's not going to.
I mean, he was a good player. He had played in the Mariners.
Oh, absolutely, I believe it.
But,
But Major League Baseball, we're getting into that crunch time. We're on the other top now. It's time for us to get into playoff mode. We lost Walker Buehler for a second Tommy John surgery, so we're not going to have him for our Dodgers. And then San Diego, they were really hoping
still in good standing.
Honey, we're number 1 standing, okay? But I don't like that. I told you I don't really like when we have those kind of wins like that. But you see how Fernando Tatis is out. They blame it on Juan Soto for Padres is going to be the next thing, but Tatis is out for an 80-game suspension, rolling into
he's having surgery. Yeah,
he's having surgery, and he blamed it on some ringworm topical. I don't get that, but whatever.
It doesn't make sense.
Now he's apologizing. Now he's on an apology tour because you knew that answer was BS. But nor here nor there. See what they do. Yankees. House of Cards. Aaron Judge had his 48th home run this season,
and they still
can't do bupkis.
They only won 6 games this month.
Exactly.
They've been 9
and I'm still loving it. You hit 48 home runs, and you still can't do what you need to do.
But Giancarlo Stanton comes in this week. That could be a little help for them. But still, to know that the Yankees have had this, sliding down this. I mean, they've been literally rolling down a mountain these last.
And I was hoping for a Dodgers-Yankees series, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. So
yeah. Shout out to my mayor. Shout out to Julio. He is the hit that for 20 for 20, which I didn't really know what that was until today, which is 20 home runs, 20 stolen bases.
Nice.
He also is the first Mariner to have that happen since 2002. And he's the 9th player, 21 and younger, in the MLB history to have that happen. So they actually lost today, which sucks. We're still in the wild card playoff hunt. We're still in that top 3.
I feel like you guys are inching by the needle. I think you guys will get better and better as a
supposedly
franchise.
Our last month or so of games is pretty decent. Like it's not terribly hard. We're not having to go against, for some reason the Athletics are a kryptonite, and for some reason we just can't win and beat them. It just makes no sense.
Did you hear the rumor that the Angels are up for sale now?
I did.
So the Angels might be coming to Vegas.
Well, I mean, Anaheim doesn't need it. They got Disneyland and stuff. They got Disneyland. They don't need the Angels.
We don't need Anaheim when we got the Dodgers there. Why do we need an Anaheim team? We don't need them.
I'm saying Vegas. I'm saying Vegas could take them.
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's what I was leading.
Leave Oakland with something. Yeah. We can't just take everything.
Yeah, well, Oakland's feeling like we don't have many teams. We need a city support. So Anaheim, they could come to Vegas. That's fine. Yeah.
Yep. And news for Ken Griffey, he will be the hitting coach for the World Baseball Classic next year for Team USA. Yeah, good stuff for Ken Griffey. Let's see. I wanted to mention there is a dog up for adoption.
Okay,
I wanted to
please do.
introduce you to Harlow. So it's like Tilly's cousin almost.
I'm about to say, are you sure this ain't Tilly? That
It
you
ain't
disguising
Tilly.
names?
No. So
Trying to get rid of your
Harlow
dog already, Melissa?
Harlow is 8 months old. She's a pity mix. She loves to play. She loves humans. She loves other dogs. She goes to doggy daycare already, but she is deaf. So they're looking for somebody that has experience with deaf dogs or has the ability to work with deaf dogs and also has another social or playful dog in the home. But if you see her videos, you can't even tell this dog's deaf. Like she'd be moving and shaking and playing like the rest of the puppies, and she's loving her life, but she would love a forever home. So if you or someone you know wants to apply for her, please go to animalhelpalliance.org and apply for Harlow and her cutie little cell.
I need Harlow to have a family. She is adorable. I swear to God, I think that's Tilly in disguise.
Whenever I saw a picture, I was like, do you guys got Tilly? Because what happened? I don't. Except Tilly's got big black mark on the side too. So that's
she does. But check this out.
All
that can be photoshopped. Like listen, if I come over there and don't see that dog, I know what time it is. Just to let you know.
Also, big shout out to my girl Sarah.
Yes.
Women's Equality Day is happening this Friday, August 26th. So in honor of that, Nevada Now is having a Women's Equality Day little, I don't know, what do you call it? Not
power mixer, and it looks like they have a mixer,
yeah. So they're gonna have appetizers, they're gonna have raffles, they're gonna have prizes. There'll be different speakers. I heard a couple of special guests will be there.
Pat Spearman is one of them. Yeah, that's great.
Well, those are one of the guests. Yeah, the guest speakers. So Senator Pat Spearman, Lieutenant Governor Lisa Cano Burkhead, but there could be some other Nevada peeps in the house. So if you want to come to this, it's Friday from 6 to 8 p.m. The location will be given to you once you go online to provide that $25 donation to Nevada Now. You can also make that donation at the door. So if you want to go and can't get online, reach out to me and I can give you the information. You can also go and email them at info@nevadanow.org or on their website.
Nice.
So shout out to
and
Sarah,
if you can't make it, just donate.
That too. You can do that too.
National organization. We need our women presence. National organization.
Yes, we do, because there's still a lot to work to do.
Listen, they reverse reproductive rights for women. So all the women need to be on deck. I don't care what's going on. Like that donation should be just flooding. Like we need every power player we possibly can for this situation.
A lot. Girl power. I know we posted in the group, but I don't think with any of those names were mentioned. So on your left, who won the silver medal is Shalise Jones. She's 20. Winning gold was Connor McLean, and winning bronze was Jordan Childs. So McLean is 17, Childs is 21. They claimed the top 3 spots at the all-around competition on Sunday at the U.S. Gymnastics Championship in Tampa. They became the first 3 Black women gymnasts to sweep the podium. So Simone Biles, Gabby Douglas, those ladies obviously aren't taking part in these competitions, but McLean is set to be one of the top prospects to represent U.S. in the 2024 Paris Olympics. This was amazing.
Took 2022 for this to happen.
Right.
But I love my sisters. Black Girls
and that's
Rock.
just more to come into Paris. If that she's tagging on with the rest of these women on the U.S. Olympic team, like that's just going to be more power for the U.S.
It is, but 2022, really, you guys, like this is where we're at right now. Like this is getting ridiculous. Like this should have been a historical moment made. Our women are very talented. We're very gifted. We know what we can do. We need just the space and the opportunity for those things to happen. Mm-hmm. So the fact that it has, yes, that's awesome. But 2022, okay. Yeah.
Well, Women's Equality Day, we're still.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The women we need to love. Like, come on. Yeah.
I know. All right, so it's been a while since I had some sneaker drops, so I had to get a nice little collection in here going for us.
No, for you.
For me. You. Okay, you're right.
Okay, Beffies. Go ahead.
The Beffies Beauty Supplies. These are releasing tomorrow.
Black-owned business, y'all.
Yeah.
Check out Beffies Beauty Supply website.
I tried to get like the pre-drop or the pre-release, but of course you only could be within a certain amount of miles from Beffies itself to try and get it.
Of course you had to be.
Yeah, of course you did. These are releasing tomorrow. Serena Williams has her own Nike as joining forces with the Nike Air Force, the LXX Zip. These are called the La Piece. These will be out tomorrow as well.
Whatever.
I know you don't deal with the Jordan mids. The Jordan mids, the taxi has a flipped yellow toe. These come out also tomorrow. Tomorrow's a big day in some sneakers.
I don't care.
Then, I know you don't. These ones, I'm not. Sean Wotherspoon. Do you know much about? I don't know if this is like a.
You know what? I don't care because the sneaker game is dead. But you keep going.
So the Sean Wotherspoon and the Hot Wheels and Adidas have a surf turf adventure. Do you see the little Hot Wheels sticker on the back there?
I don't care. Hilarious. It's dead. Go ahead with your sneaker thing. It's dead.
Well, then stop talking about it then.
No, I'm not talking about it. I have to give you a reason why sneaker culture is dead. It's done. But you keep going on with these rollouts.
I'm going to keep going on with them rollouts.
Keep going.
Yes. The Nike Dunk High Desert Camo on the 26th.
But I'm over
it. The Jordan 1.
Whatever.
Lows.
You guys are letting us get these sneakers. You're not letting us curate looks with them. You're letting the bots take over. Why are we even showing this stuff?
We've got the Jordan 1 Low or the Jordan 12 Retro Stealth as well as the Retro 1 OG High Stealth.
We're not going to get them.
These
Whatever. Go to Urban Necessities. Guys, if you want these shoes, you just have to go on the resellers market. Forget the sneakers app. Forget everything else that you think you could do.
You've also got the Bad Bunny and the Adidas Form Lows.
You might be able to get those, though.
August 27th.
You might be able to get those. You might.
I don't understand why these pouches are coming up on shoes all of a sudden. Like,
I don't know. Prada has pouches on their boots. Carry on.
I don't know. Anywho. We're done with that.
You might be able to get them, but the sneaker culture is dead. I'm done. Like, this shit is ridiculous. And I hate to curse at this soliloquy of it, but it is. You guys have decided to take all of us that are true sneakerheads out of the market to make us force buy replicas or UAs or anything else with bad quality just to curate our own style and looks because the resale value is high. You could keep posting this stuff, but the bots are winning. Everything that's going to be is bot driven. I'm good. I retire. That's my announcement.
Okay. Well, I still be going for sneakers.
I get it. Go for it, but I can't do it. I ain't with the madness. The leather's hard on the mids now. The heather is hard on the ones. You keep going for them if you want to. You know, the thing of it is it's a dead culture now, and a lot of YouTube channels will speak otherwise on the same reasoning. This shit is ridiculous. Like, why are we doing this with the sneakers? I love Beffy's though. I love that Black-owned businesses are trying to collab with Nike and do a sneaker. I've been following Beffy's for years. I have some Beffy earrings. I love their beauty supply website. You guys should definitely check it out because not only do they have the Jordan shoes, it's the apparel too with it, and it's not necessarily matching the sneakers that go with it, but the t-shirts with the ethnicity driven, just the ethnicity driven looks. Like you have a woman with bantu knots and braids with the Beffy earring style with the Jordan swoosh braided in the back of her head.
You've
got several t-shirts in that kind of collection to go with. You have a better opportunity of getting those than you do the doggone sneakers. So please support Beffy's. I will say that. But the rest of that stuff, done. Sneaker culture, my butt.
Well, that's it for Girl Chat Sports.
It is Mama Day though,
and
we appreciate you guys always. Sneaker culture, my butt. Like y'all done. I'm just tired, like for real. But anyway, Mama Day. Thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in. You heard my rant. I'm just getting as real can get. Like, this is ridiculous.
All right.
24, always, forever.
All right, y'all. We'll catch you next week.
We have a good night.
Next week's going to be on Thursday because we got an Aces game on Wednesday.
Yes,
so
and go Aces.
FYI,
Still got them in 3. We'll see what we do.
All right.
All right, we're out.